Hello friends, get ready for the dictation from Progressive Magazine. The dictation will start after 10 seconds. Start. Mr. Vice Chairman, Sir, I rise to support the motion of thanks for the President's address. I am not in the habit of attacking anybody, but in his address to the joint session of Parliament, the President, with great eloquence and lucidity, has put all the achievements of government. Also, he has thrown sufficient light on the future policy and programs of this government. This is hardly any field which he has not touched upon in the address. So, it is not necessary for me to elaborate on general issues which have already been included in the President's address because it is a catalogue of the achievements of this government. It is the duty of the opposition to pinpoint some loopholes no role play to play in democracy. So we go here and there. Otherwise, they should not be agitated over what they say because a time will come when we have to take vote on this and people will throw them out at the time of voting. Therefore, I do not have any intention to confront what they say and what they point out against the government. Since it is a general discussion, members belonging to different parts of the country use the opportunity to bring out the problems pertaining to their respective areas. As you know, sir, from the northeastern region we are very few, and since I represent that region, I want to elaborate on certain issues which confront this region because the other major issues in this country, like the problems of Punjab, Sri Lanka, and the agitation in UP, have overshadowed our problems. Therefore, I would like to highlight the specific problems which we are facing in the northeastern region. Unless this region is developed, unless the people of this region feel contented, the security of the country in that region is not safe. Para change. Therefore, I would like to draw the attention of the House and the members to the need to pay special attention to the very delicate and difficult problems which we face in that region. I am happy to say that the recent election results in that region, be it Nagaland or Tripura, clearly shows that the people of that region are for emotional integration, political integration, and that they want to participate with the rest of the country in molding the destiny of the nation as an equal partner. Sir, I want to point out some of the missing links which the President may have advertently or inadvertently omitted some of the things which he should have included in the President's address. For example, the Prime Minister has declared that he has got an open mind for solution of all the problems of underground Nagas within the parameters of the Constitution of India. I would like to draw the attention of this House to the fact that the insurgency still continues in Nagaland, Manipur, even in Assam and Tripura, and you cannot just brush aside this kind of insurgency. It has been there since independence. Before independence, we tribals asserted our identity. We do not like to be swamped, or we do not want to be submerged by the majority community, and therefore we asserted our identity, our right to survive as a people, but it was construed as anti-national. But it was Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru who recognized this aspiration of the tribal people. Yes, small we are. It was he who had given us the political equality with the rest of the country. So the tribal people shall never forget the Nehru family. Today I am saying this because it was only because of Pandit Nehru that I could be here today as member of parliament. Parachange. Now I would like to mention Nagaland was a disturbed area for 20 years. Even now we have the NSCN and the Federal Group of Underground People. When I was Chief Minister, with the permission of late Mrs. Indira Gandhi and the present Prime Minister, I initiated to contact them, and I have succeeded to a large extent. I told them that whether it is the federal group, they are Nagas, they are Indian citizens. If we kill each other, it amounts to fratricide, it is civil war. How can you entertain civil war in your own state, among your own people, among your own brothers? So it is always good to bring them together, bring them to the talking table so that a solution can be worked out. The Prime Minister, during his last visit to Nagaland, has also said that the door is open for talks within the framework of the Constitution of India. But at the same time, I read the paper, and there will be a joint operation of the Burmese army and the Indian army. On the one side, you are saying you join us, on the other side, again, you want to use dandas. Is it peaceful approach? I would request the Prime Minister to see whether this is pragmatic approach. Full stop.